Hi folks, this month March marks the 1-year anniversary of a horrific event that swept across the northern part of Japan. March 11, 2011. The nation was hit with a 9-point-something earthquake. Then following the earthquake and the tsunami, with the waves, the water would come rushing in at an estimated 500 miles an hour. Now, most of the buildings survived that 9-point earthquake because they built them to survive earthquakes. But what could survive that tsunami that swept in right afterwards? Hardly anything. Everything was demolished and swept out to sea. And this is the 1-year anniversary of this tragedy that fell upon this nation. But folks, when the tragedy hit the nation of Japan, the rest of the world was amazed. First of all, to see such a natural calamity, such as a 9-point-something earthquake, then the tsunami come rushing in. I mean, we were just absolutely horrified. But then we were amazed. We were amazed by the behavior of the Japanese people. We have not seen this before. This what transpired, what took place in Japan by the Japanese people. And let me illustrate this for you. 2005, a hurricane hits New Orleans, off the Gulf of Mexico, United States, Hurricane Katrina. And what happens? Looting. Most natural calamities that take place in the United States, well, I shouldn't say most, but we become accustomed to bottom feeders looting. Well, when the tsunami and earthquake hit Japan, one of the glowing articles across the world was, where were the looters? Come to find out, a lot of people in Japan don't even understand the word looting. There was virtually no looting in Japan. And we're scratching our heads saying, no looting in Japan? We never heard of that. Katrina, the rain stopped, boom. They were out looting. Another instance. Katrina, New Orleans, United States of America. The National Guard sends in helicopters to help rescue these poor unfortunate souls who did not have the means or the brains to get out of the area. They were shooting at the helicopters. The people to be rescued were shooting at the helicopters. Bottom feeders. The United States in Japan sends 20,000 military personnel to assist the Japanese in rescuing and recovery efforts. Operation Tamadachi. When I was in Japan, a number of people were wearing this patch, and most notably a gentleman by the name of Mr. Goto in Osaka, and he gave me this patch. Which basically means Operation Friendship, because the United States helped in Japan after the earthquake tsunami. In addition, these two rap singers were at my conference, and look what was on the back of his shirt. They are grateful for what we've done to them to help. Now, how many times has the United States helped out in other countries? And the reaction from those other countries, number one, is that all you're doing for us? Number two, who cares? Number three, America, go home. We don't get that from the Japanese. We get friendship from them. They're grateful for what we've done. But let me get back to the 20,000 American personnel helping out there. Remember the helicopters in New Orleans were shot at by the bottom feeders in New Orleans? The helicopters land in Japan to give supplies. They get bows, they get hugs of gratitude from the people. There's a big difference, kids. when they went to distribute food in Haiti after their earthquake, there was riots that broke out. The militaries from around the world that went there to help out had to literally beat back the populace. Now we see the earthquake tsunami in Japan and the people going for supplies, waiting patiently in long lines for water. No pushing, no shoving, no having to be beat back. Patience and respect. We saw this, Japan. We saw how you behaved in a calamity. And you got our respect for that. You set the example for us in the future when a tragedy hits. Before the bottom feeders come out of the woodwork, come out of the cracks, we need to remind ourselves to behave like the Japanese did. A lot of these homes that were swept away by the tsunami were inhabited by elderly people who traditionally do not trust banks. So they kept their money in safe boxes in their houses. The tsunami comes, knocks down the houses, and sweeps the debris out to sea. Weeks, months later, along the beaches in Japan, these safe boxes are washing up. The people see these safe boxes, but they don't do what most of us would do. Get a crowbar, yank it open. Yay, we got money. No. They pick up the boxes and take them to the police station without any attempt of opening them. The police stations were getting so many of these safe boxes, they were being deluged, practically buried with these safe boxes. That's the Japanese. And that's why you've earned and gained respect from many of us civilized people around the world, because we saw your civilization put our civilization to shame during this tragedy. And we appreciate the example you set for us. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be in. And God bless Nihonkoku. The world remembers your civility during a horrific time. See you.